this? Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do, actually. Okay. Okay, sure. All right. Okay. All right. So I need to be on 507. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. Uh, okay, 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 okay. Go. Oh yeah, right. I better do that. Better do that. Better do that. That'd be a good idea. Yeah, this one. Okay. Let's delete this. And now we have it going on. Yeah. Perfect. Got it. Yes. Good. Thought I put multiple things on there. What? Oh, whoops. That would probably be why. There we go. There we go. All right. Hello. Okay. Uh, Go. Hello, Neon. How are you? All right, my buddy. I didn't know whether anybody would show up here today, but here you are. How you doing, my friend? My interwebs was out for a little while, and then it came back. So after like 2 hours, so I was like I lost one class unfortunately as a result. But how are you doing today, my friend? Oh wait, that's not right. We'll wait for a few more minutes. Hopefully other people come by. Yeah, I was a little worried for a little while, to be honest. And I was like, oh, my internet, like no. Oh no, my interwebs. Oh no, that was right. Okay. Maybe it's just gonna be one of those you and me days today again. You're not alone. I'm still here on the camera. Hey. Hey, you're not alone. I'm right here. We'll get a few more people, I hope. I hope they didn't see my first message. That'd be pretty bad. Uh, I deleted it, and let's hope that that didn't roll over. So, okay. Uh, hmm. All right. Ah, shoot. That's cool, bro. I totally get it. Totally get it. It's all good. Chicken fingers are always super grease, yo. That's always true. Okay. Oh my gosh. So much to do, so little time. That's what happens when your interwebs goes out and you're like, what the heck, man? Really? 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 I mean, seriously, man. Every single time. Okay, there we go. Got it. All right. Perfecto. That's all well and good. That's all done and done. Done and dusted. All right. All right. Looks like it's just you and me, buddy. All right. I'm going to just do a few examples here today, and we'll just go ahead and look through it here. All right. So, a lot of what we're going to be doing here today is going to be just reflecting on the textbook here. So, textbook here is going to be super helpful. I can guarantee you that, just because of you're going to need to kind of understand a couple of the parts there for us to kind of go over. Okay, so let's go ahead and reflect that here. Okay, all right. Okay, so all right, let's do this here. Okay, let's get started today. Welcome back to Wednesday. All right, end of the week time today. So today in Math 101, we're going to be doing section 8.2, which is talking about the income tax. Okay, the income tax. Everybody loves taxes. No, nobody loves taxes. Okay, nobody loves taxes whatsoever. All right, everybody hates taxes. But in any case, let's talk about how we can solve for taxes here today, doing a couple of examples, okay, seeing how much we would owe in taxes and whatnot, using this system. Now, this system here, admittingly, is a very simplistic system, so you don't have to worry about, like, say, a lot of other laws and things like that. We're not doing like super complicated stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and see how we can get on with it. All right, let's do it. Okay, now when it comes to taxes, we have to calculate, of course, we have to pay the piper. Of course, we all have to pay the man some sort of amount of money. That's just how it goes. All right. And it's going to go through a particular process. Okay, so we're going to go through it kind of step by step here, to kind of put out to see how much we would actually owe in taxes at the end of the year, for example. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that right now. All right. Okay. Actually, what do I want here? I want, yeah, I want Word. Okay, that's what I want. Okay. Okay, why is this doing this? Okay, you know what? It's not the word I want there. All right. I have to ask Neon what kind of sauce you got with those chicken strips. That's the question that I have. Okay. So let's talk about the income tax here. All right. Barbecue, hey yeah. Not spicy mustard. Spicy mustard's pretty good. I like spicy mustard. If you get like chicken strips from like Popeyes, they got that Cajun mustard. Mmm, that stuff's pretty good. All right. Okay, so let's talk about step one here. We're going to go through the steps here into finding out how to solve for your taxes here. All right, so step one here is to basically, let me get that down here, is to find your adjustable gross income. So find your adjustable gross income, what's called AGI. Okay, and so there's a little formula that goes with AGI, your adjustable gross income. Your adjustable gross income is equal to your gross income. Gross income is just how much you make straight up, minus some adjustments. All right. All right. Adjustments could be, college payments, or again, it could be some savings plans, things like that could be some adjustments we'll make. All right. And I'm going to keep writing out the steps here so that way at least it's on the screen. Step two, determine your taxable income. So you have to determine how much taxable income you actually have. So your taxable income here is equal to your adjustable gross income, okay, your AGI from the first step, all right, minus any exemptions plus deductions. Okay, so the next part we have to talk about are exemptions and deductions. All right. So what are exemptions here? Just to break this down. Exemptions are going to be, in these cases, is going to be a fixed amount for yourself. Now, in the textbook here, this talks about, this is a fixed amount here of $4,050 in 2016, since we're just going to work off of that. And the same amount for each dependent. Okay, so, all right, so those are exemptions. Deductions, specifically, is we choose a, all right, so I kind of have to write this one out. So we have to choose the greater of a standard deduction or an itemized deduction, which includes interest on home mortgages, state income taxes, property taxes, charitable contributions, and medical expenses exceeding 7.5% of your adjustable gross income. Okay, so deductions is a little more complicated. Basically, You either take one of two values essentially. Either you either choose the greater of two things, either the standard deduction or a whole host of other things kind of put slapped on together. So that's step, excuse me, that's step 2 right there. And we're going to go to step 3 here. All right, which is the basic last step here. All right. So step 3 here is to basically determine the income tax, your income tax. Okay, and so the income tax here is going to be the tax computation, and we'll talk about how to get that, minus any tax credits. Okay, all right. So this is the basic idea, okay? This is the basic idea about how to actually get this down, all right? To how to get taxes here. All right, so are there any questions so far about this? We're going to explore what each one of these steps reflect, but at the very least, this is what we got. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta ask in the chat there. Okay. All right. Hey, Neon, we got a second one. Uh, yeah, sorry about the cancellation video. Yeah, my bad on that one. But I'm glad you're here. We got now 2 people, so that makes it better. And Neon was like, "Oh, I want 2 people here." Like, okay, here you go, buddy-o. Totally understandable. All right. Okay. Um. Yes, company is here. Yes, that's right. uh, just when you let me know when you have caught up and I will continue. That's the nice part about having a couple people is that stopping and starting isn't too hard. So Oh, um, okay, cool. Um, I put it up there because usually assign when I first put up the Blackboard note, that was right after I announced the test, and usually all the assignments are due the same day as the test. So I haven't really updated it. But yeah, if you look on the thing, then you could get more time there. So I'll update that. So thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'll update that. So yeah, so I did it like when I announced the test, then I just go to like Blackboard and then I just update the thing and then I send out an email just saying, "Oh yeah, here's the test." But and then the assignments are due that same day. So yeah, no biggie though. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Now all I need is Mr. Chicken Fingers. Neon, Mr. Chicken Fingers himself. You can put your greasy paws back into the channel. That's fine. All right. Okay, so this is what we got for the notes here. All right, so we're going to go through step by step with this particular with finding income tax here. We'll go through a couple of different scenarios, and we'll see exactly how we can figure out how to solve for taxes. You purposely ate with one hand. You're a legend. You are a legend, my dude. um, I can respect that a lot, a lot. I respect that a lot. All right. So let's look at an example here. I'm gonna bring up the book here because this is gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those problems. So let's get the book out, shall we? All right. I really wish I was able to move back and forth with this book. It's the only bad part about this e-text is can't move like it's like affixed to the screen. It's very annoying. Okay, there we go. That's slightly a bit better. All right. Slightly a bit better. Let's go to page 512. Should I go? Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to go to the next page after that. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look here at, uh, at a situation where we're given some. So again, we're just going to go through this really, really slowly. All right. So this will be like a super, super slow example. So this is going to be number 18. We're given the situation where we have an unmarried head of household with one dependent child. We have a gross income of $40,000. We have $1,500 worth of adjustments. We have some deductions here, $3,600 in state taxes and $800 in charitable contributions, and a tax credit of $2,500. And we're trying to figure out how much would this person pay, all right? How much would this person pay in taxes at the end of the year? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this up here so we can see the information here. Now, let's go to the first part here. The first part says, okay, let's determine how much we are going to for our adjustable gross income. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to take our gross income. Our gross income is just basically how much you make straight up, no taxes, no nothing. Okay, so let's bring out the tool. Okay, there we go. Back. All right, make this a bit smaller here. Okay. Doing some landscaping outside. All right, so let's go to step one here. So step one here, we'll take the gross income, which is $40,000. So we'll take $40,000 of the gross income, and we're now going to subtract it by our adjustments of $1,500. So far, our adjustable gross income here is $38,500. Okay, that's going to be our current adjustable gross income there. All right, so far so good. All right, so that's step one. Now, next, we have to determine our taxable income. So let's go to step two. So let's get our taxable income. Now, this is their adjustable gross income. So I'll put TI for taxable income equals our adjustable gross income minus the exemptions plus deductions. All right. Now let's talk about what each of these things are. Now we have some deductions here, $3,600 and $800. However, what we do need to look at specifically here for this part in particular, let's go ahead and put this like so, like so. Okay, there we go. It's a lot better. Okay. TI represents for taxable income, so I'm just using this formula right here. So AGI is adjustable gross income, and I just use uh, TI for taxable income. All right, cool. Like I said, today's lesson is more about basic income tax. It doesn't get into the whole legalese of income taxes. So we're not doing something super complicated like you would actually do in real life. This is a simplistic view of income taxes. So this is how income taxes work in a very general, simplistic sense. Obviously, there's a lot of other things behind the scenes, but from a from a simplistic point of view, it's still important nonetheless, since we have to pay it every year anyway. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look here. Now, exemptions here is $4,050 in 2016. Now, the one thing that we can look at here is we can look at, there's a little bit of a table here. And so what we do is we have $4,050 for you and the same amount for each dependent. Huh? Uh, I'm not underestimating you, not at all. You're supposed to ask questions, whether they be obvious or not to other people. It doesn't matter. It's not obvious to you. That's fine. That's what I'm here to help you with. Wait, I am so confused. I'm like, what did I do? I'm like, hang on a second. I didn't do anything. Why would you feel bad asking so many questions? I never got that. Like, Like, this, the purpose for you to come to class is to learn. So of course you ask me questions, and of course I answer them. Oh, I'm always happy to answer your questions. Look, there's no such thing as a dumb question, but there are such things as a dumb teacher. So, like me. So there you go. Fortunately, being dumb as bricks really helps me out. So, I think Neon's in seventh heaven eating them chicken strips. Can't really, can't really argue with that. Chicken strips and barbecue sauce. Mm. Besides, I admire Neon for coming out to every class. So, yeah, you only missed once. Yeah. So if you screw up on the math in real life, you get arrested. Yes, yes, that's right. You get audited and you get arrested. Okay. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, so we're gonna take the adjustable gross income here of 38,500. Um, all right, so what exemptions are we making here? Well, we have two exemptions here. All right, so let's take a look here. We have two exemptions here in this case. Okay, now I'm gonna bring this up here. So what are our two exemptions? Well, there's an unmarried head of household with one dependent child. So basically, you have an exemption yourself, and you have one dependent child. Maybe this is like a single mother who has one kid. So then what we do is we take the exemption amount here, which is $44,050, and we're going to multiply that by 2. That's the amount of exemptions that we're going to make. Okay. Now the question is about the deductions. Let's talk about the deductions here. Now to understand deductions here, notice we have $3,600 plus $800. Okay, these are the amount of deductions that this person made. Again, they paid in state taxes and charitable contributions. All right. However, with deductions here, specifically, let's talk about how deductions work. Um, we need to go back to a certain page in the textbook. So we're going to go back to a very specific page here. So page 507 is going to be your best friend for this entire chapter because it has this table here. All right. So let's take a look here on standard deductions here. Okay, so you can see there's exemptions per person, which is all the same at $4,050. However, deductions are different. We are only going to take one of these two values, either the value that's listed here, the standard deduction, or we take the higher of the two amounts, either what's listed here in the table, depending on the circumstance, or the total amount of deductions that we see there in for her in particular. So in her case, she had $3,600 in state taxes, and she had also, I believe, let me check here. I think it was $800 in, yeah, $800 in charity. So 3,600 plus 800 is $4,400. However, her standard deduction, because she's unmarried and she has at least one, she has one dependent child, she's a single mom, her standard deduction is actually going to be $9,300. Okay, because that's the higher of the two amounts. So either for her case, it's $9,300 because she's unmarried and paying and basically supporting a child. So I'll go ahead and write this down here so it makes some sense. So for deduction here, it'll be 9,300 or 3,600, yeah, plus 800, which equals 4,400. So of course you're going to choose one of the two. So you're going to choose the higher of the two amounts, which is 9,300. So we're going to add 9,300 out here for her standard deduction here. Okay. So it's always one or the other with deductions. That's how it basically works. Okay, any questions about that? No. Okay. All right. So we're going to figure out what this taxable income is going to be. So let's see what happens there. I think that's fair. All right. Nope. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and do this out again. You just use a calculator for this part here. So again, 38,500 minus that expression there, 4050 times 2 plus 9,300. And so what we get here is we get $21,100. Okay. So $21,100 is what we get here for that. Okay, so that's step number 2 right there. All right, perfect. Okay, let's move on here to step number 3. Let's go back to our, not there. Let's go back to our little Word document here. So step number 3 here is to determine the income tax. The income tax is going to be the tax computation minus the tax credits. Okay, so we're actually going to get down to the very heart of the problem here is how do we exactly find an income tax? Now, the tax computation part is the tough part. We're given in this problem here, actually, she has tax credits of $2,500. So I'm actually going to write that down in our problem here. That's actually given to us in the problem. You'll actually see that there. So tax credits, it's kind of like the last line you see there, is 2,500 bucks. All right. So I'll just show you really quick in the problem where you find that. It's a lot of back and forth for this one. So you can see that last line there. It says tax credit 2,500 right there. Okay. Okay. Now, the question is, what are we going to be doing with the adjusted gross income, right? We said about, doing that thing and all right, fine and all good. Now, remember how it works in the United States. Well, how taxes work in the United States is that we work on a progressive tax system. Okay, so we work on specifically a progressive tax system. So what that means is that we are taxed a certain amount of money depending on how much that we make. Now, the way it works is that it's graduated, but not exactly as the way you think it does. I agree, totally agree. Don't forget rice with that. Um, uh, but the way it works is that how does the progressive system actually work here? It means if you let's say you made $40,000 in adjustable gross income, are you taxed a full 25%? The answer is no. You're actually not taxed a full 25% of that $40,000. In fact, the way that the progressive tax system works is that you keep going up a level again for every chunk of money that you fall underneath. Now let me go ahead and describe what that means. Now in this case, she's an unmarried head of household. She's a, like say single mom, and so we fall underneath this column right here, this last column that you see here. And we're just going to go all the way up to the adjustable gross income here, and we're going to tax her for every single bracket that she falls underneath. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Okay, I'm going to move this over here because we're going to need this guy right here. Actually, I should do it the other way. All right, that's a lot better. Okay, so darn it. Can I fit it to pay? Hang on a second, guys. Trying to get this last column here. Hmm. All right. I guess I'll have to work with that. All right. All right, this is the best way I'm going to do it. All right, that's fine. Let's do it this way then. Not my ideal choice, but it is what it is. Okay. Man. Sorry, there's not enough room on my monitor. All right, so the way it's going to work like this. She has an adjustable gross income of $21,100. Now, let's look at, I'll actually put, you know what, just to make this easier, I'm going to put that on the, screw it, it ain't important. All right. So here we're going to take the first $13,250 since she's the head of household and is supporting a child. The first $13,250 that she makes will be taxed at 10%. So basically we're going to take $13,250 and we'll multiply that by 0.10, which reflects the first 10%. So all the way up to that value, you'll be taxed at 10%. Now, any money between $13,250 and $50,400 will be taxed at 15%. So what we're going to put here next is we're going to have this plus, and then since we know that $21,100 falls within this 15% tax bracket after all the adjustments that we made, we're going to figure out how much money needs to be taxed at 15%. So we're going to take $21,100, subtract it by $13,250. Okay. And then we're going to multiply that by our tax bracket here of 15%. Make sure we got that. Okay. Yep. Okay. And now this is what we want to go ahead and solve for here. All right, so this is what we want to put into the calculator to figure out our income tax here. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the calculator here. So 13,250 times 10%, that'll be 1325. And then we have $21,100 minus 13,250. And then we multiply that by 15%. So that'll be 1177.50. So if we add these two things together, all right, so we get 2502.50 is what we get here for our income tax. Okay. For our, again, how much we are taxable our taxed income here, I should say. Tax computation um, is the tax computation part. Now for our final income tax here. So our final income tax. Yeah, there's just three though, in all honesty. There is quite a bit going on, but that's how the progressive system works. So final income tax will be the tax computation, the tax that we found from before. So that's going to be 2502.50 minus the tax credits of 2500. So this woman would owe $2.50 in taxes. Okay, and that's our final answer for this problem. Okay, any questions about that? Yeah, so I will say that using the book is incredibly helpful here for this particular section. So for this particular section, yeah, using the book is going to be a very very helpful thing. Yeah, I highly encourage you to use the textbook, especially on page 507. You need that table like to do the problem like without question. So page 507 with the table. Yeah, you absolutely need the table there in order to do some of the problems. So um, that's the best way that I can kind of describe that. Okay. Okay. Only in the chat. Okay. Wait, the chat's not. Hang on. Chat not on screen. Oh, you're right. Oh, okay. No, you're right. Chat is not on screen. I wonder why. That's kind of weird. I have it on showing off, so that's kind of weird. It's a Twitch thing, maybe. Though my chat usually shows up on screen, so let's see here. Show. There. Now it's on. I don't know why that happened. That was weird. Thanks for bringing that up to my attention, though. I appreciate that. Okay, there we go. uh, too funny. Alrighty, let's look at another type of problem here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do another problem here. Man. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about here is going to be talking about FICA taxes. All right, so let's discuss FICA taxes and taxes in general. Everybody loves FICA taxes. I'm sure that you do. Maybe, maybe not. Um, so what we're going to do here specifically is we're going to figure out taxes for a particular working person here. So let's go and go back to the Word document here. I know. Now, what are FICA taxes? These are basically taxes that are taken out of your paycheck. So every paycheck you get taxes taken out for federal taxes, state taxes, okay, local, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, those taxes that you see in the little boxes there once you look at your paycheck and then you get super sad about it. At least you learned like my former coworker way back in the day at Jewel, where she had half her paycheck taken out. Oh, she was mad. All right. It was just like a big chunk just taken out there. It's like, ooh, that sucks. In any case, let's take a look here at some examples. All right, fine. Okay. So let's look at. Okay. So we're going to look at another problem here. Let's do this. Okay. I know taxes are lame. All right. So let's look at 25 here. Okay. And we're going to just figure out this part here. So we're going to say, all right, you decide to work part-time at a local supermarket. The job pays $16.50 per hour, and you work 20 hours per week. That's pretty amazing. Your employer withholds 10% of your gross pay with federal taxes, 7.65% for FICA taxes, and 3% for state taxes. All right. What is your weekly gross pay? And okay, so we're going to answer all of these parts here. All right, you'll see how this works. It's not hard. Again, it's just this one here is actually really easy, but it just takes a little time. So no worries. Pretty straightforward. Okay. So first of all, we need to figure out our gross pay here. Our gross pay is just how much we make straight up. All right. So we're making $16.50 an hour at a supermarket. Okay. I mean, okay. Uh, kind of wish I had that, but okay. No problem. We're gonna multiply that by 20. All right. Anybody got an answer for me here? 1650 times 20? All right, 330. Perfect. So we have $330 we make per week doing this supermarket job. Think, what's the best supermarket job? Aldi? I think Aldi's one of the best supermarket jobs. So, um, anyway, let's look at letter B here. Letter B here says, um, how much is withheld per week for federal taxes? Well, for federal taxes, we pay 10%. So we're going to take 330 and we're going to multiply it by 10. I'll ask Siri. I'll ask Siri. Listen, asking Siri is like asking Apple Maps to give you accurate directions. Just don't bother. All right. Just saying. Just saying. Um, okay. Make sure about that there. 10. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. All right. So 330 times 0.10 will be $33. So $33 is how much we would pay in federal taxes. How much is withheld per week for FICA taxes? Well, 7.65%. So in this case, we have to take the full $330. Again, we're going to multiply that by 0.0765. Okay, so careful about that part there. Anybody got an answer for me here? We're going to round to the nearest cent on that one. What do we get here? 330 times 0.0765. Well, you could put that in a calculator, or you could try and ask Siri. All right, so we're going to round that up, all right, to 2525. Hang on, I got an idea. Hey Siri, why do I smell so much? I don't understand the question. Hey Siri, flip a coin. All right. How much is withheld in state taxes? Let's take a look here. 330 times 0.03. All right. 9.9990. Okay, good. $9.90. All right, perfect. Okay, so after everything is said and done, it asks for E. It says, all right, well, how much do we actually get after all our taxes are taken out? So we're going to take 330. We'll subtract that by 33. We'll subtract that by another 25.25. Subtract that by 990. Hey Siri, do a barrel roll. All right. So what do we get here when we subtract? 261.85. So that's how much we would actually get in our pocket. 261.85. Now the next question here. So the first few parts pretty simple, straightforward. The last part here asks what percentage of our gross pay is withheld for taxes. Okay, and round to the nearest tenth of a percent. Okay, so the way we figure this out here is we want to first figure out how much money was taken out for taxes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 33, we'll add it to 2525, and we'll add it to 990. Okay. Then we're going to divide that all by our gross pay here of $330. Okay. And so here you should get $68.15 divided by 330. And can anybody tell me what this is as a decimal? So what do we get here? 68.15 divided by 330. What's that as a decimal? Okay. We're going to extend that out a little bit further there. 20 what? Do a few more decimal places. 20. Go a couple more decimal places after that. 206. One more. One more. Yeah, 2065. Okay. The reason why I'm pointing that out is because they want us to, yeah, so the reason why I want to point that out is because they ask us to go to 0.1%. So what we want to do is this becomes a percentage of 20.65%, which approximately rounds to 20.7%. Okay, so that's the reason why we want to go out a few more decimal places, is to get what they're asking for there, which is the rounding part. So okay, so that talks about how FICA taxes are done. All right, how taxes are done in general, and then how you determine how much you pay in income taxes in general from a simplistic point of view. Obviously, there's 175,000 pages of tax code or some nonsensical number like that, which is like meh. So yeah, it's a thing. Sure, it's a thing. All right. Any questions about section 8.2? There's kind of like a lot to digest in this section, so. All right. So for next time, we're going to be talking about interest. All right. So this is a little bit easier than income taxes, is we're going to talk about simple interest. All right. So that is what's next on the docket here for next week. All right. So we are going to do that. All right, so we're plodding along here in chapter 8. All right, we'll be mostly halfway through next time. You guys have any questions? Uh, yeah, I still have to make that up. Give me this weekend, okay? If you don't mind. I have a lot to do this weekend anyway with posting grades, so that's going to take up a lot of my time, admittingly. You have a right to see those grades, so. Okay, that's fine. You're on section 3-7. All right, well, you still got a little bit more to go, considering chapter 7's still there. Though chapter 7's much easier than 3-7. 3-7's the toughest section in the book, so. Okay, take your time, guys. Not going anywhere, so. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. Yeah, there's opportunities for extra credit work, especially if you um pardon me. If you try the practice exams, that's where you can possibly get some bonus points. So if you try the practice exams, I can see, a little bit of extra bonus points being thrown in your general direction. You can retake to get the best score possible. Uh, Practice exams are just there for you to try again, and then you can do the real test there. Yes, you can retake the exam. I believe I put 3 attempts on the exam. Uh, well, if it's past the due date, then yeah, I suppose not. But I can possibly reopen assignments near the end of the semester. So, all right. As long as it's understood, that's okay. I try to keep things as fair as possible. It may be possible for you to reclaim those. Like I said, near the end of the semester, I may reopen up those assignments for you to kind of do. So, yeah, that could be possible where you could grab a few more points at the end. So, all is not lost. I'm a ben- I'm a benevolent man. Whichever ones have, I don't remember actually off the top of my head. Um, Let me check. Oh, that's a good point. I have like 6 classes. Let's just eat beans. Yeah, I have like 6 classes, so it's kind of tough for me to kind of maneuver around.